Welcome to the Oddity Shop, where the bizarre is always on sale.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Oddity Shop. This is the podcast where we tell you weird, creepy, strange, odd, paranormal stories from around the world. I'm one of your curators of the shop, Zach, sitting here with the other lovely, fantastical curator, Kara. How the hell are you?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
I'm amazing. Which I feel like, you know what, we're going to take a second because the last time both of us started one of these podcasts where we're both feeling fabulous and amazing has been a minute.
This is true.
So
this is true.
We manifested this.
Yeah. Well, I did manifest some other things for us. And so we've got some cool stuff in the works. I'm excited because my manifesting worked crazily.
I have not even told you in detail about conversations I've had today.
You've got something else going on. We've got some stuff.
We've got shit happening. Guys, get ready.
How
was your day?
Oh, well, it was my last day at the location that I work at currently. So they threw me a party, which was absolutely, absolutely insane. They threw me a funeral.
I was going to say, would you call it a party or a funeral?
No, they threw me a funeral because they're upset that I'm leaving. So what were the decorations? I think it said...
the cake said, "You're dead to me," right?
You're dead to us. Yep, you're dead to us. And it was all black. And then they got me this huge bouquet of flowers, and they had all the flowers that they could spray paint. They had them spray painted black because they know I love the color black. Then the banner said, "Who said you could leave us?" Then they made... What are those things called? Like the funeral card that you get?
Oh, like the memorial card?
Thank you. They made, I don't know if I sent that to you.
No, that's amazing.
They made a memorial card with my face on it. And it says like, in loving memory of when she worked here, was employed here. I have my picture on it. And then the back, Anthony, shout out Ant. He just searched saddest One Tree Hill quotes because he just knows I'm obsessed with One Tree Hill, and then he found one and then slapped it on there, and it was like it kind of fit.
Like, I know you had reasons, like legitimate reasons for having to leave that location, which aren't drama related or anything, and I'm so happy that you're getting the change you need, but I know leaving that crew is hard.
I am so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, try not to cry when I walked in right away because I'm like, what in the hell? They had like balloons, black balloons, and I'm like, oh my god. It was so great. So that was my day. So you were napping at 8 p.m. So what the hell was your day?
Everything today. So I got up early and I actually like got some of my chores done and stuff. And then I've had a few conversations today that I'm going to tell you off of recording so we can keep it a surprise. That really got me jazzed. And then me and Julia went to the farmer's market. And there was all these little things happening.
A book thing or something, right? What did you?
Yeah. So we went from the farmer's market to a pottery shop that was having their 1-year anniversary. So they had like free treats and stuff. Then the meat market down the street was having customer appreciation day. So there was like raffles and they had free sandwiches.
Oh my God.
It's National Indie Author Day. So a bookstore by us was having like a little party. We went and got, I got a glass of wine. And we met the two cutest dogs. One was a little pit bull with an underbite, and one was this old lady. And the owner was like, "Oh, she's looking at you." I'm like, "What?"
Old lady was the owner or the dog?
No, the old lady dog. And she loves men. She's going to be all up. And this dog just sat with me the whole time.
Oh,
it was
men. That's so funny.
Then where did we go from there? We went to a little apothecary. We rented some scooters. We went and got dinner at our favorite gay bar, which just has the best French fries in the world. And then I took a nap, and now here I am. It was the first like really nice weekend day where I've had nothing going on. So I forgot how much I love my neighborhood. There's always so many little things going on.
Sorry, I had to readjust my life over here, so I wasn't responding to you, but I was listening. Yeah, you were napping at 8 p.m. I was like, what happened today?
Everything. Oh, I went to the crystal store at one point.
Oh my God. How much stuff did you buy today?
Not a whole lot, actually. I bought a couple things for my face at the apothecary. Yeah, and I found $60 in my wallet, so I felt like... Because I didn't remember that money was in there. Like, it didn't feel like real money.
Yeah, it's like girl math.
Oh, we also got ice cream.
Oh, my God. Damn, you and Julia just like gallivanted the town all day. What time did you leave your house?
1, and then we kept coming like in and out and got home at 7.
Wow, you did a lot.
I've been going. It was a great day, and I needed this because.
Good, I'm glad.
Life's been fun.
Okay, well.
Yeah, we're 6 minutes in. Let's get this going.
What item would you curse if you could? Like if you had control of an item to be a cursed item.
That's a good one. I will find a really, really interesting book, like one that if you saw the cover of it, you wouldn't be able to not open the page.
I like that idea. Because books can easily be passed around, right? Like in like thrift stores or sales or like whatever. So you could curse so many people along the way.
See, it's kind of a good one.
If that's like your goal.
You could leave it like in the line of somebody, like it would be like you wouldn't just leave it around anywhere, but you could leave it for the victim you wanted. I sound terrible. All right, go on.
Well, I mean, I asked a crazy question.
Fair.
Okie dokie.
Enough.
We're heading to Strumpshaw. This is a complete side note, but did you know that Selena Gomez has an okie dokie jar?
What did you even just say to me? I have no idea what that means.
I said okie dokie, and then I was like, I thought about it.
Oh, like a swear jar?
Yeah. So she apparently says, she's like a cooking show and stuff, and apparently she says okie dokie a lot. And so she has a jar that she has to put like $1 in every time she says it because she thinks it's lame. It's like a lame word or like saying, and I think it's so cute. She's so cute. Sorry. That's a complete side note, but Selena Gomez is so freaking cute. Okie dokie. Okay. So Strumpshaw.
Where is that? It's Germany?
It is a village in English County of Norfolk.
Oh, okay.
So Norfolk, how do you say it? Norfolk, right? Norfolk, whatever you say. Norfolk. See, the more I practice it or the more you say it, it sounds messed up. Yeah. So I can say it correctly, but I've messed myself up. Anyway, it's east of England, if anyone wanted to know. Perfect. Okay. So in 2011, the population was 634 in 261 households. So that's, if you break it down, it's like only 2 people per household. So it's
okay. So not like a family place.
Very, very small village.
Yes.
Granted, that was in 2011, but still. Okay. As I was like doing the research for this, I keep picturing Belle singing through the village on her way to the library. Oh, look at that in the book. We talked about books. You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen Beauty and the Beast since I was
It's like the main scene.
Oh, she does have a book, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's returning the book to go to the library. She's singing through the village.
Yes. Okay.
So I picture that, only we're going to the pub.
Perfect.
So the pub is an essential part to any small town. Hello.
Especially in England.
Right. So we're moving from Beauty and the Beast to Cheers. Rip Kirstie Alley.
Oh, I forgot she died.
I think her parents just died in a car accident or something.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
R.I.P. Kirstie Alley's parents. Well, that sounds harsh. I mean, it's very sad that they died in a car accident, but it's just out of nowhere. Okay.
I could totally be wrong on that, too, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I saw something about that.
Oh, that's the quote of the episode.
Okay.
Go on.
So
let's get into
this. The goat was said to have a usual mix of madness, fun, and boisterous behavior one would expect from the place where plowmen, reed cutters, and farm lads would spend many an evening quaffing the locally brewed ale and cider. And if you're like me, I didn't know what quaffing was, so it's to drink something, especially alcohol. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. I kind of put it together with context, but my context was wrong. So, like,
I just thought it meant
like having a good time
like together. A conversation or whatever. Yeah, I kind of thought that too, and then I had to look it up, and it just means like drinking something like eagerly, mostly alcohol.
Oh, fair. All right.
So for 200 years, this was the place to be. So we've talked about cursed objects here before. James Dean's car, the Hope Diamond, items to me that make sense that they became cursed, like as a warning, perhaps, or revenge after death. Like we'll never know why it becomes cursed. We can only open the shop doors and discuss it.
True that.
So in 1908, Miss Newton purchased a goat, ironically enough, because Mr. Newton was the owner of the goat, the pub. What's happening? You about to get arrested?
I left the window open. I'm just not doing great on setting up the studio tonight.
Keep this all in. It's funny. The challenges of being a podcaster. Okay. So ironically enough, because Mr. Newton own the goat, the pub. Okay. So he owns the pub. She just buys a goat. So other than the traveling peddler offering a bargain price for the goat, there is really no actual reason why she purchased him. Some say to have as an unusual pet, and others think that it was destiny.
I like the goat of destiny idea.
I do too. I think it's kind of cute because it's like the goat pub for like 200 years and then she just like gets a goat. Like, I think that's cute.
I want a goat so bad. Okay.
I know. So unfortunately, she didn't want to go like we want to go. So Miss Newton she actually got one of the regular ale drinkers to dispatch the goat to fill her larder. And again, if you're like me, a larder is a room or a large cupboard for storing food. So Zach's face is like horrified right now. I know.
Because not the goat.
I know. Because wouldn't it be so cute? You have a goat pub and then the goat just like roams around the pub. Like he could have been like the little like...
They would never have to mow the grass. He would do it.
Right. She did tell this gentleman to keep the head. So,
oh no.
In 1858, Harry Thompson, who was 82 at this time, said in an interview that he remembered slaughtering the creature so it could be preserved and hung behind the bar. With its long horns and beard, the head surveyed all who came into the pub, glaring balefully with black and hazel eyes.
I will say, though, for a place called the Goat, it does seem fitting.
You think it would already be there?
Goat. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, though. I mean, listen, we went 200 years without it. I don't know if we needed to slaughter a goat for it.
Never a good idea to slaughter a goat. I feel like that's...
I know. The poor goat, given the name Old Capricorn, was now a wall ornament for the next 60 years. Over those 60 years, Old Cap was blamed for a lot of illness and disharmony. Why? Because he was there. So anything that went wrong, Old Capricorn did it. Things went missing, you know the drill, just like anything else. We got to blame something or someone, not the actual people doing it.
So we're already putting the energy into the goat. Got it.
Correct. So for 60 years, this is kind of, Old Capricorn did it. You know what I mean? Whatever happened. Okay. In 67, a new owner took on the goat. This was about the 11th owner, though, from the time that Old Cap was alive at the pub to this point. So there's quite a few owners in between, but this owner was the one that was a little bit different. So Frank Walpole,
when you say became owner of the goat, we're not talking about just the head. We're talking about the whole pub.
The goat, the pub. Sorry. I know it's a little confusing. The goat is going to be the pub. Old Capricorn is the head.
Got it.
Okay. So owner Frank Walpole was different than the rest. So his name is Frank Walpole. So Frank said that he was experiencing strange events since purchasing the goat. Mirrors would fly off the wall. The pub piano would play by itself despite the top still being closed. Water would pour through the ceiling. And his wife Lily and their daughter Jane would see figures walk around the inn at night. So I'm just going to put this disclaimer because it was really hard for me to figure this out. They refer to it as a pub and then an inn. So I think there might have been rooms that you could stay at, but it's primarily referred to as a pub. I'm just putting that out there. Unless people call an inn a pub too. I don't know.
I think like English
is it pubs that's kind of what I thought.
Back then had rooms you could rent, but I think like an inn and a pub are kind of synonymous now. I could be wrong too, but
so we're going to go with that because when you look at it, it looks like a small little place. So I don't know. It could have rooms, whatever. Okay. So basically Lily, his wife and daughter Jane would see figures walking around at night. One instance that stuck out to Frank the most was when a 17-year-old boy died in a car crash after touching Old Capricorn the night before.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Okay, so the newspaper of that time reported Mr. Walpole saying, "That made me think seriously about taking the head down. Now I've done it. Some of the regulars don't like it, but it's for the best."
Was this the first time he like tied something bad happening to the head? Because it seems like kind of a jump.
So for 60 years prior to him taking this pub, everybody blamed the head on.
Oh, okay. So that's already a set.
But then
tradition.
he's the one that started experiencing like the mirrors falling, the flooding, people seeing stuff. So he's just like correlating it with like and then that kid touching the head and then dying the next day, he's like, I got to get this head out of here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, okay. Some say that the Walpoles believe that the goat's head was all poltergeist activity. So they just thought that like him itself was like a poltergeist, like the head itself.
It kind of seemed that way at first with the way you were describing it.
And then others say that they believed, the Walpoles believed, that this was their dead cousin Alfred, who died on the British destroyer HMS Harvester on March 11th, 1943. So they actually spoke with a medium and a priest about an exorcism, which I don't know. Can you do an exorcism on a fucking goat head? I don't know.
I know you can do them in locations.
Oh, I guess you can, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they did that, or they didn't do it, but they spoke about it at least. So I'm just not sure, though, because to me that doesn't make sense, because old Cap came to us in 1908 and induced misfortune and such well before Alfred died. So to me, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
The poltergeist one, I can get down with, but the uncle or cousin, whoever he was, I don't know about that. So regardless, though, the town's peeps were not happy with Frank's decision to remove their beloved watcher. They wanted him back. They want... What's up, oddballs? If you know us, then you know by now that we absolutely love cryptids.
And we also have a serious problem when it comes to buying things, especially cute things. And now we found 16%nation.com.
Whether you're into the mysterious allure of the Loch Ness Monster or the legendary Sasquatch, 16% Nation has a plushie for every cryptid lover out there.
Named 16% Nation because only 16% of the population actually believes in Bigfoot. But they have tons of cool stuffed creatures, such as the Sasquatch, the Mothman, the Fresno Nightcrawler, and so much more. Each one is crafted with an attention to detail and made from high-quality materials. So they're not just cute, they're conversation starters.
Absolutely. Picture this. You're lounging on the couch, and what's that peeking out? Oh, just your very own Fresno Nightcrawler. It's the perfect blend of mysterious and adorable.
And if stuffed animals aren't quite your thing, they have shirts, prints, jewelry, stickers, and so much more, so you also can show off your love for these bizarro creatures.
Everything they have is so adorable and right up our alley, and we wanted to make sure that we shared it with y'all cryptid loving listeners.
So head on over to 16%nation.com. That's 16%nation.com. Their website will also be linked down in our show notes and on our website.
And listen up, oddballs. Use the coupon code Oddity, ODDITY, at checkout and enjoy free shipping on orders over $60.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm so sorry. Oh, you can always count on me for a good pun.
Oh my God, I'm dead. I had to get a drink. Okay, that was good. Okay,
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
2 years later, old Capricorn was back on the wall. No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm done. I won't ever do it again.
So you will. I'm not entirely sure where Frank had placed, where he had placed him that deemed safer than the wall, but I digress. So now back displayed on his beloved tavern wall, old Cap got right back to it. But this time, it wasn't people that he aimed his paranormal activity towards. It was the pets. I know.
I'm down for you fucking with the people.
I know.
I am not down for you fucking with the pets.
I know. So to interrupt the sadness for 1 second, I'm just going to say that I don't know who had these pets and how they got. I don't know. Okay. So a Mina bird dropped dead. And apparently that's just a species of birds around here. So I don't know whose bird it was or if it was just a bird that just dropped dead, but it dropped dead.
Okay.
A monkey died of a head injury. I have no idea where they got this monkey or who actually had it, but he died of a head injury.
Well, you answered my questions before I asked them.
See, this is why I'm saying I don't know who had these. Now, this I do know. The family, they're all sad, but okay. One of the family's 3 dogs ran away while the other died giving birth, and then its companion passed away the next day. So we've got 3 dogs gone, a monkey, and a bird.
How did they lay the blame on the goat?
Because apparently it all happened after they put him back on the wall.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know. So On Valentine's Day, 1972, Frank had enough. And once again, he removed the head from the wall. The local paper reported, once again removed old Capricorn, weighted the shaggy head and threw it in the river. He had been told he must drown the evil spell. Only Mr. Walpole knows just where the goat's head lies. He is hoping the place will not bode ill for any Broad's visitors this summer.
Okay, but he probably doesn't even know where it's at because he threw it into water.
I was just going to say, what are you thinking? Like, what are your thoughts?
Cursed river is what I'm thinking.
Cursed. Now we just cursed the whole fucking river.
Right. How do we make energy stronger? Throw it in water.
Somebody told him he was supposed to drown the spell. I don't know who he got that
Hopefully
from.
a witch and somebody smarter than me who knew what they were talking about.
But you're right. Water is like a conduit. So I don't know. Are you thinking that this head is cursed? Is the maybe this? Where are you thinking?
I don't know. It just like if I knew why they blamed it for the pets a little bit more, I would say so. Other than like the kid touching it and dying in the car accident, I'm thinking it's a lot more correlation than causation. But go on.
So then, do you think all of the weird paranormal stuff happening there is just because it's like just an old pub and it's probably haunted, not because of the?
I mean, show me a place in England that's not haunted.
Right. So I'm just saying, so do you think it's really this goat head right now? Right now, do you think it's the goat head or do you think it's just in general?
Can I go 50-50? I can see how it could be the goat head, but I need
I can see how it could
evidence.
be both.
Yeah.
All right. 1 month without old Cap goes by. Okay. A reed cutter named Alfred Stone stumbles upon old Cap. Old Cap had traveled 5 miles to Rockland Dyke.
It does kind of make sense that a reed cutter would find him. Those grow on the banks of water.
Yep. And he was said to be looking more malevolent than ever.
Oh, God.
Hello? So would I if I drowned and then was floating for a month.
I don't know. A lazy river for a month would be kind of nice, but if I wasn't like dead. But
yeah, but if you were drowned,
he's been dead a long time. He was dead before he drowned. How bad could it be?
So Alfred, I guess, is semi-smart because he passed old Cap to Mr. A. Loads of Broadhall Farm in Rockland, St. Mary.
Wow, these are some names.
I know. I say semi-smart because I'm just not sure if he should have even touched old Cap, but, you know, whatever. So Mr. Loads' son, Dennis, thinks he's cool. So he hangs old Cap on his barn. And if you look this up, you can see a picture. It's like a picture of old Cap on the barn and like the guy standing around it.
I don't know why, but I just get like a flashback to Jeepers Creepers where he's hanging in the barn.
Oh my God. So Dennis was quoted saying he'd start his own museum. And I'm just like, listen, Dennis, can we just leave this to Greg and Dana? Don't do what you can't do.
Like a haunted museum?
A something museum.
Okay.
So he trying to just keep old Cap, even though he knows he's supposed to be cursed, hangs him on his barn and says he wants to start a museum.
Okay.
Dennis.
Gotcha. Very well thought out business plan.
Dennis is not smart.
Dennis is not going to have a good time.
I was trying to think of something that would go with Dennis and I'm like, Dennis is dumb. Okay. So just a few short days after arriving at his new home, old Cap, once again, back at his shenanigans. The dogs on the farm almost immediately started acting aggressively. So they just completely changed. Dennis's grandmother, Evelyn Todd, who lived with him, got a prolonged attack of nosebleeds that ended up putting her in the hospital.
For nosebleeds?
Yes, that's how bad they were. They just never would stop. Can you imagine?
Oh my goodness.
I've only had one nosebleed in my life, and thank God I was in the shower. Remember I told you this? I was in the shower and I thought I was dying because blood was just pouring all down my body.
Like once or twice a week when I was a kid. Like they were, my mom used to send me to school with a dish rag and an extra shirt every day.
Denise.
I still don't know why they happen. I don't know. I probably picked my nose or something. But the shower ones were the worst because it mixes with the water and you think you're like going to bleed out.
That's exactly what happened because I was washing my face so my eyes were closed. And then once I opened my eyes, blood was all down my body and I was freaking out because I had no idea what was going on. Anyway.
Okay, back to the goat head.
Okay, so shortly after hanging up old Cap on the barn, he was removed. And old Cap was given back to the goat.
Oh, no.
And I'm sure they were so thrilled. Can you imagine? So now
it's not going to go well.
The headlines and stuff are like the goat that always comes back or the goat that won't leave. Like, oh my God.
Oh no.
In August of that year, Old Cap was discovered in a shallow grave at Strumpshaw gravel pit. I don't know if the goat had ever rehung up Old Cap, how long like they messed around. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden then he was found in a gravel pit.
These guys need like a 101 book on how not to handle a cursed object. Okay.
Tell me what at this point you would do with him.
I feel like burn it.
Yeah, not
like
drown.
Get rid of it. You know, I feel like this is like starting to get Jumanji style where they just keep hiding it and then some unsuspecting person.
Yeah, just stumbles upon it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see that. So if you were trying to curse somebody, your book is perfect. Your book idea is perfect because you just keep stumbling upon people.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm sticking to that original answer.
I know. I like that answer. Okay. So anyway, so he's found in a gravel pit. It was said that the creepy cranium was found in the ground as if it was alive. Oh, can you elaborate? Like he was sticking out and it looked like he was like coming out like he was alive. I need you to understand this goat has like massive like horns, white fur, like beard, gruff, like scruffy beard. Like it looks wild before it's already been in a river for a month. Then it's been in a gravel pit for how long? Like I can't even imagine what this thing looked like when they just found it this time. So a digger was used to remove Old Cap, like to pull him out of the gravel because he's kind of really in there. And after retrieving him, the digger got a flat tire traveling across the quarry.
I'm going full curse now.
I know. So doesn't the quarry make you think of the Flintstones, the movie? Oh, I love that movie. You've never seen it?
I never saw the movie. I think I've seen like clips from the movie, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's such a good movie, and Halle Berry is so hot in that movie. Okay. Anyway. So that could be coincidental though, the flat tire. Like, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's starting to add up enough now for me.
Okay. However, the mechanic that came to fix the tire on the digger got shot in the arm by a pellet gun. The shooter, unknown. No idea where it came from.
Now it's starting to sound more like James's car and the Hope Diamond, where it's like when we're like the people helping, you're starting to get affected. Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know. In 1984, the goat was bought by Paul Cornwall, and he renamed the goat the Huntsman, which I kind of think is funny because like we didn't hunt.
Are we playing on like Cinderella?
I don't know. Oh yeah, we could be, but we didn't hunt the goat, but we killed it. So I guess, change it from the goat to the Huntsman. I don't know.
It's kind of a badass name though for a cursed goat's head. I'm here for it.
Well, here's the thing. He just bought the goat. He
doesn't know.
No. So the story of Old Cap was rekindled when Paul bought it. And so Paul was very much intrigued. And the local newspaper quoted Paul saying, "I'm all for local superstitions, and I am interested in the whole history of the place. I'm not a believer, but having said that, we all have got to go sometime. And might as well die through touching a goat's head. Of course I'd like it back. I am a glutton for punishment." No one knows where Old Capricorn ended up after the quarry. So maybe he found another pub to watch over. Perhaps he finally found a place to rest.
All right, so the digger came out. The digger broke down, but then we don't know where he went after.
No, isn't that crazy? So the digger gets him out, gets a flat tire. The mechanic that's fixing the digger gets shot in the fucking arm. And then that's the last that anybody's ever heard of Old Cap. Nobody knows what happened to him.
And this goat head is in like somebody's basement.
I know. And I think it'd be so cool if somebody had it and brought it back to the pub. I think it should be brought back.
I mean,
maybe it should.
I think that's kind of cool, but it's also kind of wishing a curse on people. I think back to the kid dying in a car accident. I'm like, maybe it shouldn't. So I know this is a little bit like of a shorter story, but it's just so weird to me. And I kept reading it. And I'm like, it's so like at first you're like, I don't really think this goat head had anything to do with all of this stuff. Like, I think it's just local
locals being locals, like, the drunks blaming the goat head. But then it is really weird that he just kind of keeps coming back, or like at least being found and reappearing. Like, it's so crazy to me. This is a skull. This is literally just a goat skull.
I'm going intentional thing on this one.
Okay.
Like the Dybbuk boxes, remember that whole thing when Dybbuk boxes became a craze? They were the Jewish rite of trapping a demon in a box with all these artifacts. And it turned out while they were getting EVPs and dark messages and then bad things happening around the Dybbuk boxes, the guy who made the original one came out and was like, I threw it up on eBay and it was all a prank. Like I'd literally made it up. But because over years, right, people were putting this psychic energy, this negative energy, feeding it into the item, it starts to act in accordance with what you're prescribing onto it, right? Like, I think we've talked about it a million times that psychic energy is a lot stronger than we think. And I think they intentionally curse this item.
So I do agree with you. But then also I'm like, maybe it is just old Capricorn being pissed off because he got murdered for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, he was like the pet of the bar. He could have had a great life.
He should have just been able to live at the bar and just, like you said, cut the grass. He could have been a mascot, but like alive. Like, why did he have to die? I mean, I know
it also could be like whatever the shadow things were, or whatever in the bar, like maybe somehow attached to this item because people were already like, I guess if I was a spirit, right, and I wanted to mess with people, if people were already sort of not respecting isn't the right word, but holding that head in like some sort of reverence to the bar.
Yes, I agree.
Then maybe you attach to it.
So, well, onto that, they say that dolls become haunted a lot because they look like the vessel of like what you already were in, because they look like humans. So dolls a lot get haunted because they're similar, but like goats are like the bad side. So maybe it was like I'm not saying demonic, but you know what I mean? Because I don't think it's a demon. I think it's just something like maybe not human, just like an energy that's like, oh, that looks fun. Like that looks like the devil. Let me jump in that.
Well, yeah, like humans already attribute demons and goats. So
that's what I'm saying.
Why not?
Yeah. It's interesting that the pub was there for like 200 years.
Yeah.
No one reported about anything, and not to say that it didn't happen.
Until the head was there.
And then the head was there for 60 years. Some things they just blamed on, but it was not anything crazy. Then that Frank guy comes along and all this weird stuff is happening. Again, who's to say it wasn't happening before and no one said anything or just wasn't reported? Mm-hmm. So it is interesting how it happened and then like amped up, like amplified, which I do understand that like energy and hauntings and things like that, they do progress and they amplify. It's just very interesting. So I don't know. I'd like to think that old Cap is just, where would he like to be? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, probably back at the bar fucking with people.
Yeah, but if they don't have him there, he's clearly hasn't tried that much hard to get back because he can do it if he wants. He's gotten back. So I don't know.
Maybe they destroyed him. I would like, I imagine, right, if I found this thing coming out of the gravel and I pulled it out and then I was trying to like get help and that guy got shot in the arm, I would destroy him. In my mind, it's kind of like a goat screaming, but also coming out. I don't know. It's terrifying.
So anyway, that is the story, legend, not really legend, but the story of
I would say it's almost legend. It's probably legend to some old goat drinkers.
Yeah. Old Capricorn.
Well, I meant old goat, like the bar.
Oh.
I listened to what you said. But no, I love me a good cursed object story. And I think that one, it's one, like I said, it goes 50-50, but like then when it just keeps reappearing, right? Like that Jumanji vibe.
That's what I loved about it, is because it's like all the articles are like the cursed goat head of Strumpshaw that always returns. And it's just like, what are you talking about? And they're like, wait, this is kind of creepy.
How did you find this one?
I found it a long time ago and I've had it in my like notes to go through. And I was like, that actually, I think it was on, what's the, I don't know.
That doesn't matter. Well, good job though. I want to dig more into this one.
I know there's not, because it is quite a long time ago. There's a decent amount of articles, but they're all pretty much the exact same article.
We're going to have to like keep our eye out for if he reappears. What if it's every 60 years?
Whoa.
Then we probably have some time.
No. When did I say the last? No, wouldn't it be past?
Probably.
You know what? We'll do the math later.
Anyways, all right. Nice job.
So, thanks.
Friends, listeners, people of the shop, tell us about your favorite cursed objects. or if you think the goat's real, or if you know where the goat head is. We want to hear it all. With that being said, if you think Kara did a great job today, you should leave her a review telling her that she is the goat, because in my mind, you are.
Thanks.
And what else should those people do?
I don't know, but I have to tell you this story because it just made me think of it. Did you? Okay, so, oh my God, what the fuck's his name? The actor, Jonah Hill. Okay, so Jonah Hill and Meryl Streep were in a movie together. I don't. Wait,
don't
is it
look
Jonah?
up.
Yeah. And Jonah literally, I guess, all of recording kept calling Meryl Streep the goat. Like, you're the goat, you're the goat. And did you? And she's just like going with it, like, oh my God. And then I guess she says to somebody like one day, like after months and months and months, was like, I don't know why he keeps calling me the goat. And they're like, Meryl, it means greatest of all time. Like, oh my, can you imagine Meryl Streep just being like, oh, thanks. Like, he was mortified. He's like, this woman just thought I was just calling her a goat for months.
I have seen that clip, actually.
It's
if
so
you have
cute.
not watched that movie, you need to. First of all, it's got the woman I would go straight for in 2 seconds in there.
Who?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh.
She teams up with Leo.
Yeah,
Leonardo
I know
DiCaprio.
the premise.
Oh my God, it's so good. It is so good. I'm
all right, well, then there's your movie recommendation. So Zach's going to go watch it. So you guys can watch it and then let us know if you like it. Please let us know if you like us, like Zach said. All right, I'm delirious. I got to get out of here. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. If you got to the end, please leave us a ghost emoji on our last post if you've made it all the way to this. We love you, appreciate you, and most importantly, creep it real, you oddballs.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, leave a goat emoji.
I had to do it one more time.
I take it back. Leave a goat emoji.
I was going to correct you, but yes. Bye.
Goat. Okay, bye.